Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Ryan Prosick. A winter storm warning is in effect for Luzerne, Schuylkill, Columbia, and Carbon counties from Monday night into Tuesday. During the winter storm, 6 to 12 inches of snow have been forecasted, and snow could fall at a rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour starting around midnight. Drivers are asked to avoid unnecessary travel. If travel is necessary, it is recommended to pack emergency supplies. To view the latest road conditions, you can visit 511pa.com. Hanover Township Police were called to a Burger King on Sunday for reports of a shot fired. According to police, officers arrived on scene at the Burger King, located on Cary Avenue, around 6:30 p.m. Police say the suspect attempted to rob the Burger King and then fled the scene. One bullet casing was found on the ground outside the Burger King, but police say the public is not believed to be in any danger at this time. An early Monday morning barn fire in Lysan Township has sent one person to the hospital. Crews from Carbon, Luzerne, and Schuylkill counties were called at 3396 Bug Mountain Road for a reported fire at approximately 3 a.m. on Monday. Firefighters arrived on the scene to discover that the barn was fully involved. The fire was eventually put out with the Lehigh and Lysan Rural Volunteer Fire Company staying on scene with a tanker. The fire is currently under investigation by a state police fire marshal. Police are searching for a man charged with stabbing a victim at a Hanover Township McDonald's. Sean William Schaefer is facing felony aggravated assault charges following an incident on Friday around 4 p.m. Police say Schaefer entered the McDonald's on San Suu Kyi Parkway and stabbed a male victim before fleeing the scene towards Wilkes-Barre City in a black sedan. The victim was transported to Geisinger, Wyoming Valley and Plains Township for non-life-threatening injuries. Anyone with information regarding Schaefer's whereabouts is asked to contact Hanover Township Police at 570-825-1254 or to call 911. Schaefer is described as a 40-year-old white male with black hair and brown eyes. He is 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighs approximately 140 pounds. A man from Lancaster County that is being charged with the murder of his wife has been apprehended in Pittston Township. According to Northern Lancaster Regional Police, Matthew Harrison is behind bars following a short standoff with the police at the Knights Inn on Route 315. Harrison has been charged by police after his wife, Jamie Harrison, was found dead in the 200 block of Mount Hope Road. According to the Lancaster County coroner, the cause of death was strangulation and suffocation. Harrison is currently locked up at the Lancaster County Prison and has been denied bail. He faces charges of murder in the first degree, murder in the second degree, strangulation, and aggravated indecent assault. A preliminary hearing has not yet been scheduled. The Hazleton Fire Department was dispatched to a food truck fire on Friday evening. Officials say the fire took place at the intersection of Diamond Avenue and Cedar Street in Hazleton around 10 p.m. Crews say the external generator had caught fire, but was quickly extinguished. According to officials, the truck was able to drive away from the scene. Emergency crews in Plymouth responded to a two-vehicle crash on Saturday. According to officials, crews were dispatched to the area of East Shawnee Avenue and Cherry Street for a motor vehicle accident with reported injuries. Once crews arrived on scene, they found that all of the occupants of the vehicles had been able to exit their vehicles independently and that both vehicles had sustained moderate front-end damage. EMS evaluated the passengers of the vehicles on scene. It is unknown at this time what caused the crash in Plymouth. Coming up on WYLN News, emergency crews in Weatherly respond to an ATV accident. Plus, Wilkes-Barre City Police are searching for a missing person. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kits. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo. I'm 12 years old, and don't put your snowblowers away yet because tomorrow's WYLN forecast is snow.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Welcome back to WYLN News. The Citizens Fire Company in Weatherly responded to an ATV accident on Saturday afternoon. Crews say the accident occurred on the Broad Mountain near Dennison Road in Packer Township. Several other companies also assisted at the scene. It is unknown at this time what caused the crash in Packer Township. Luzerne County has announced that Tuesday, February 13th will be the deadline for the filing of election petitions. In a press release, Luzerne County Manager Imelda Crocomo said the Department of State has confirmed that no extensions of the deadline will be permitted. The Bureau of Elections will be open during regular business hours to assist individuals with the filing requirements. In the press release, Crocomo said the county remains committed to ensuring a smooth and efficient filing process and to facilitating a seamless experience for all participants. Wilkes-Barre City Police are asking the public for help in locating a missing person. Max Liebertrau was last seen wearing a gray sweatshirt, a black LL Bean coat, blue jeans, and black and white sneakers. He is described by police as 23 years old, 6 feet 4 inches tall, and 180 pounds with blonde hair and blue eyes. If you have any information on Liebertrau's whereabouts, you are asked to contact Detective Dudek at 570-208-4200 or call 911. Coming up on Weatherly's News Choice, we recap the Super Bowl on Let's Talk Sports. Plus, the Wilkes-Barre Veterans Affairs Medical Center kicks off National Salute to Veteran Patients Week on Good News Monday. Then we check in with Luzerne County Manager Imelda Crocomo on Crocomo's County Report. So stay right here because we'll be right back on WYLN TV.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices. Stop in to one of our 2 locations, Route 93 in Nescopec,
or downtown Hazleton,
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online. Attention, WYLN viewers! WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazelton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hi everybody, I'm Dr. John, this is Ryan. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Stay tuned, it's going to be an exciting show. We're talking about how cold laser could maybe help patients who were not maybe as helped as much by their medical doctors or chiropractors. So stay tuned this week.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back to a Monday edition of Let's Talk Sports, and you know exactly what day it is. It's the day after the Super Bowl, so maybe you called off of work and you're watching me right now. I don't know, but anyway, we had a thrilling overtime game which saw the Chiefs win their second Super Bowl in a row. Patrick Mahomes was the MVP. The final score was 25-22 as Mecole Hardman, who allegedly blacked out when he caught the pass, caught the game-winning touchdown to secure the Super Bowl for Kansas City. He did admit that in a post-game interview on the desk with Patrick Mahomes. So that's a fun story. You don't even remember the time you caught a game-winning Super Bowl touchdown. Like, there's only so many of those to go around. There's got to be, I don't know the exact number, but there's got to be a couple up there. Probably 5 or 10 with that kind of fashion. But anyway, it was a crazy eventful game last night as, you know, social media was kind of hating on the first half. It was a lot of good defense, don't get me wrong, but the scoring just wasn't there from two high-powered offenses in San Francisco and Kansas City. But then the second half started and it elevated the overall status of the game, of course, going into overtime. And, you know, speaking of overtime, there's something I want to address early in this segment. It was that San Francisco, some of their players going into overtime, did not know the overtime rules. Unbelievable. I don't know what they're doing. Kansas City in the locker room after the game, they said they had an analytics guy in there the past 2 Fridays. They were going over every scenario in overtime. They explained all the overtime rules. Well, San Francisco's players didn't know what was going on. So, you know, that's going to be what they're going to talk about for the next 6 months, you know, after they said all those negative things about Philadelphia after the NFC Championship game, which the whole offseason took, you know, part of that. They're going to do that again this offseason probably, but that is just such a way to go. I mean, honestly, I don't know what your coach is doing at that point. And speaking of coaches, yeah, I'm going with the perfect segues here. Kyle Shanahan, I think he coached a D+ game last night, maybe. It was not good coaching by Kyle Shanahan at all. Honestly, this might be a personal decision here, so I'm not really, you know, harping on him too much for this. But that 4th and 3 where they settled for the 50-some-yard field goal at the end of regulation, well, right before Patrick Mahomes got the ball and almost drove down the field and won it right there, I go for that. If I don't get it, oh well, Patrick Mahomes is probably going to score a touchdown anyway, which somehow he didn't. Because Isaiah Pacheco took so long to run back to the line of scrimmage after he ran a streak down the field on that one no-huddle snap. But it's one of those things where you got to end the game on your terms. If you get that 4th down you milk the clock, it's game over. You win if you hit the field goal. You go to overtime if not. So, honestly, terrible game management from Kyle Shanahan. He has proved it over and over and over again. The blown lead to Kansas City in the last Super Bowl they played in. This one, I'll give him a pass for the NFC Championship games. He had Christian McCaffrey in at quarterback. I understand. I'm not holding that one against him. But that collapse by the Atlanta Falcons, you want to know who the offensive coordinator was? You guessed it. It was Kyle Shanahan. So he has been a part of some of the biggest chokes in the biggest spots the last couple of years. So it's just one of those things where you got to be more prepared in the moment. Kansas City, is always going to be locked in. You have Mahomes. Andy Reid, who's one of the best coaches of all time. He elevated that status even more going up against Belichick last night. He's going for the three-peat. He said he's coming back. Kelsey said he's coming back. And, I am terrified for this league if Mahomes is doing that with this kind of wide receiver core. They have a plethora of cap space. The wide receiver market is okay. There's some quality names there, but the draft is one of the deepest wide receiver drafts we've seen in years, and they could easily get a quality star wide receiver at pick 32. So this might be the weakest we've ever seen Kansas City on offense. Now, their defense deserves all the praise in the world. They absolutely locked in the biggest moments last night, and Chris Jones deserves that payday. That's something we'll talk about later on in the offseason because he's probably going to get franchise tagged knowing the Chiefs, and they don't have a bunch of other prominent free agents on the market. But it was a fantastic game from the second half onward, and I just think, I don't know where I'd rank it in my personal Super Bowl. It's probably somewhere in the middle. And obviously Patrick Mahomes won MVP again. I have my criticisms, but he deserved it this time. I have my criticisms about a couple years back when Damian Williams scored 2 touchdowns, ran for 100 yards, and somehow didn't get it. Beyond me. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes is off to an illustrious start to his career, already 3 Super Bowls. He's not even 30 yet. He could surpass Brady and then some, and I just feel bad for every quarterback in the AFC. Burrow was able to get him once. Brady was able to get him twice, actually. Once on the AFC side, once on the NFC side. But I just feel bad for these quarterbacks like Lamar and Josh Allen, knowing you're going to have to go through Patrick Mahomes every year. We went from Tom Brady straight into Patrick Mahomes, no breaks. It's kind of like what the NBA did with Michael Jordan and LeBron. So we will see how this offseason plays out. Right now, the San Francisco 49ers are your Super Bowl favorites for next year, and the Chiefs are in second. So they say we're going to get a rematch. We're not going to get a rematch. Maybe a couple of years down the line, but some team's going to surprise us, or, one of these teams like Buffalo is actually going to step up in the biggest moment. So that does it for this edition of Let's Talk Sports. The NFL season is over, but the NFL is always year-round. I'll be covering a little bit of the draft and free agency as the offseason goes on, but we're going to shift our focus into baseball and basketball. Basketball's ending, and baseball starts in April. So this has been the final Let's Talk Sports of the NFL season. Hope it was a good one. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 for more information. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at 647 State Route 93, Sugarloaf, Pennsylvania 18249 during regular business hours. To view the report online, visit fcc.org.
The Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Rail Riders and their mascot Champ stopped by the Wilkes-Barre Veterans Affairs Medical Center to play baseball trivia with the veterans Monday morning. The event served as the kickoff for National Salute to Veteran Patients Week, and occupational therapist Maria Miller told us about some of the events that will take place later in the week.
Well, this afternoon we're going to have a parade that's going to honor the veterans on the units, and they're going to get to walk through VA staff and actually be honored for their service. There's going to be a lot of food activities. Mission Barbecue is going to be donating food supplies for them today. They're going to have activities all week where they get donations of canteen books, and it's a fun-filled week that things will be happening every day.
The focus today, however, was on the veterans' baseball knowledge as they answered trivia questions regarding their favorite sport.
Well, we were thrilled to have Champ come and visit us, and what we were set up here, we were doing trivia questions regarding baseball. Our veterans love baseball, so we spend a lot of time doing trivia, talking about the Yankees, and so they were thrilled to have Champ answer questions. They were also surprised that they got some of them right when he didn't, so they enjoyed it.
Miller said that National Veteran Patients Week is about honoring veterans and the sacrifices they've made for us.
Because of all they've done for us, their service is to be commended. Some of them were very young when they went overseas and fought in the military, and they deserve all that we can give them, and they deserve the best quality of life while they're here.
Miller also told us about how people can contribute to helping veterans in the VA Medical Center.
They can contact our voluntary service department, which is now the Office of Community Development and Civic Engagement, and ask for Amy O'Melia.
We also spoke with Champ and the Community Relations Manager for the Rail Riders, Krista Lutzik, about their part in today's event.
Yeah, so Champ and I came here today to play baseball trivia with veterans. We handed out baseballs, which Champ is holding, just to give back to our veterans today. So everybody who participated got a baseball.
The baseball trivia event ran from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. this morning at the Wilkes-Barre VA Medical Center.
Welcome back to Crocomo's County Report. I'm here with Romilda Crocomo. Romilda, how's it going?
It's going really well. It's good to be back.
It's great to have you. We're going to do some special stuff today. We'll talk about that later. You'll see it on another newscast. But we're going to talk about what's going on in Luzerne County.
Well, I want to talk about some internal projects that we're doing that actually don't get a lot of press. But what it will do is make county work more efficient and safer. The first project I want to talk about is we are changing our payroll system from a three-prong system to a one-prong system. and we'll be able to be more efficient. We'll be able to make sure that all of our accruals and all the information that employees need are correct, and we'll be able to streamline that surface. So I'm very excited about that. One program that we already did had to do with our health care. We didn't change the coverage, but we changed the procedure and the process. We're looking at, hopefully, especially in 2025, a reduction in what we are paying for our health care for our employees. You remember, we have about 1,500 employees, and that could be significant. We're making sure that we have the benefits and the coverage that we've always had, and they're actually very good benefits. I think our benefits are better than even the Commonwealth's benefits, but we are going to streamline them and make them more efficient. And the third project that we're working on, it has to do with security. We are going to get active shooter or distress software, so that if there's some sort of catastrophe or something going on within the county, all of our employees will be notified on their electronic equipment on what to do, what's going on. We live in a different world. The safety of our employees and everybody who's in our public buildings is really, really important to me, and we are actually in the process of developing that plan.
That's awesome. So it sounds like Luzerne County is trying to get more efficient, and of course, safety is always number one, no matter where you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. I want the employees, when they come to work, to know that they are working in a safe place. And we really have to ramp up our use of technology, and that's what we're going to do.
Yep, and that's what you have to do in this ever-changing world. I don't know if you saw, there's like those headsets now where you can like augmented reality. So like using it for a good cause, especially being safe, is the most important thing that you could do.
Right, and we just had a situation where the wrong inmate was released from the prison. The system that we have is antiquated, so we're looking into more modern technology, maybe biometrics, so that something like that won't happen again. So we're really focusing on trying to make work more efficient and safe.
And that's what you could do. You know, that's the best you could do, and it's definitely enough. So I'd like to thank Romilda for joining us on Crocomo's County Report today, and we'll see you next time. If you're just tuning in, here's a recap of our top stories. A winter storm warning is in effect for Luzerne, Schuylkill, Columbia, and Carbon counties from Monday night into Tuesday. During the winter storm, 6 to 12 inches of snow have been forecasted, and snow could fall at a rate of 1 to 2 inches per hour, starting around midnight. Drivers are asked to avoid unnecessary travel. If travel is necessary, it is recommended to pack emergency supplies. To view the latest road conditions, you can visit 511pa.com. And that does it for the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest news and updates on our YouTube, Facebook, or at our website at wylntv.com. Stay with us for a look at the weather.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.